This features segment of the Suburban Radio Hour is brought to you by Harina Optometrists Rockland Center. Book today at harina.ca or call 514-HARINA-1.
Welcome back, Montreal. Happy Easter again. 12-0 celebrating. This is the Suburban News Hour. I'm Beryl Wiseman, editor of the Suburban. I'm here with my friends and colleagues, Anthony Bonaparte, features editor, Mark Lidbetter, sports editor, and you'll be hearing from Mike Cullen with everything you need to know about entertainment and society news. But right now, I turn it over to Anthony. And Anthony, you've got two interesting guests on the line with you today.
First one up, Beryl, is Judy Amiot, our longtime columnist with us. She writes about pets and she writes about life. And we have her on the line for the first time. Hello, Judy.
No, please don't do that. Hi, Antonio.
I'm just congratulating Anthony.
Judy.
Oh, stop.
That's very well.
Okay, well, one more. Okay.
There is a resemblance to Cary Grant, so carry on.
No, it's the teeth and the whites of our eyes.
Which I can't see right now.
Okay. Judy's not a vet, but a pet lover and a volunteer with Animatch, a dog adoption service in Pointe Fortune, which is halfway to Ottawa, I believe, Judy?
It's actually, yes, it's right at the border. Once you take the 40 West and you go off towards Ottawa, Ontario, literally right at the border where the 40 becomes the 417. It's the last exit in Quebec before you cross into Ontario.
How long have you been there?
How long have I been with Animatch? Yeah. Since 2008. So it's going to be 16 years this summer.
Okay. You wrote an article this week for the Past paper on tick season.
Yes, it's tick time.
Talk about it.
Well, ticks predominantly used to be just a spring to fall situation where you would dose your pets from, say, May to November, December, which is when they would be their most active. But when I took my dog, my late guy named Donnie, to the vet many years ago, she told me that at some point soon we're going to be dosing them all year long because of the fact that the winters are becoming warmer and they're coming out of hibernation earlier. Yeah. And this is exactly what's happened. Dr. Stiles from the Sherwood Vet Clinic used to be my vet, and she came on the radio a couple of weeks ago saying exactly that. And I don't have a dog anymore, but for anybody who does, they need to look into this because ticks, they can really cause a lot of problems, not only for humans, but for your pets as well. Because they often go hidden in the pet's fur and can't be found. And in the meantime, they could be spreading Lyme disease to your animal. So getting them checked out and getting them dosed with the appropriate medication as a prevention is the best thing to do at this time of year.
And you have a cover story next week. We have a senior section coming out next week, and Judy's piece is really touching and also really interesting. Cover story. What did you write about?
I wrote about, being a senior myself, I guess I could sort of speak to the issue quite personally. And I just wrote about, senior life is not all doom and gloom. We're not at death's door.
Speak for yourself.
And we still have a lot of living left to do. And myself, personally, I find myself, as I titled it, looking back to where I've been, what I've done with my life, but also moving forward to what I've yet to accomplish and what I still hope to do. And hopefully, may I be graced with good health to be able to do it all.
It's a great piece. Everybody should look forward to reading it. Thanks, Judy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Anthony.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That was terrific, and we continue in the Suburban Radio Hour with Anthony Bonaparte and his next special guest, Jennifer Cox. Anthony?
Jennifer, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks, guys. How are you?
Fantastic. You had a couple of stories in the past week's homes section. One of them was when things go wrong, talking about when hiring a renovation contractor or a project manager. Things go awry. What was that all about?
Yeah, basically, so I noticed on a lot of the social media, local Facebook groups and stuff like that, people were asking a lot of questions about hiring a contractor or, what they should look for when hiring a contractor. So I spoke to somebody who unfortunately had a very terrible experience renovating their home, but luckily she was able to also provide readers with some really good advice and tips on what they should do before they hire a contractor or a project manager for a big reno at home. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good preventative article for people who are considering doing a renovation at home.
And springtime is here. People who own homes or have yards to take care of. Sorry. have plans, have things to do?
Yeah, that's right. I was actually out there this morning raking the leaves from last fall that had gotten trapped under the snow. I'm already starting my spring checklist. But yeah, I like to do an article every homes around this time of year on what we should be doing both inside and outside to our homes. There's a lot of things that we need to do to maintain our homes and get ready for the summertime. And sometimes it just helps to have that handy little checklist that you can go through. So that'll be in our home section as well.
And like Judy, you also have a couple of stories coming up in our seniors section next week. One of them is called Giving Back. What is that about?
So, giving back. So I did an article on seniors who are volunteers. I volunteer myself for the organization Bread and Beyond. They make sandwiches for homeless shelters, and I noticed that there were a lot of seniors in my area that were making sandwiches for this cause, and I thought, I wonder if there's more seniors out there that are doing volunteering, and there are a lot of seniors who are supposed to be using this time to just unwind and retire, and instead they're giving with their hearts and going and volunteering at organizations all over the city. So I spoke to a few of those volunteers, including those that work with Bread and Beyond and a Horsetail, which is a horse rescue out in Hudson.
And also, there's a great story also about what people that are caregiving to their seniors, their parents, can do, and some of the resources that are out there. What was that story about?
So I've been helping care for my autonomous grandfather. He's 92, blessed with great health, still lives on his own. But, as he gets older, there's more that he needs help with, and it can be really tricky to sort of navigate what services are out there, but they are out there. So I wanted to do a first-person piece just to help those caretakers out there that are taking on something like that, to know that there's a lot of resources out there that can help them, whether it's getting lists for their loved ones or having help with groceries, personal hygiene, even just social visits. So it's a resourceful article for those who are doing caretaking.
It's a great piece. Look out for it next week. Thanks a lot, Jen. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
It really was a great piece, and it's quite something dealing with autonomous 92-year-olds.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot more of them.
Yeah, and exactly. And I'm taking care of my 88-year-old mother, actually, and I realized that it's something that many of us will be doing it either now or in the near future. Next, in the feature section this week, we have Dr. Mitch Shulman, who wrote about people who are getting shingles, and talking about how we're getting it at a younger age these days.
He's starting to worry me, Dr. Mitch. I mean, we love Dr. Mitch, but he's writing on about stuff that really... What is he, going alphabetical now? Shingles, sciatica? I've had sciatica.
Next week it's sciatica.
Terrific. Yeah, I've had it.
It's pain. He's call him Dr. Pain.
Dr. Pain.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's his release from aggravation with life and the world. You and I do it a certain way, but that's how he does it. It's subliminal. He's doing it through words, Anthony.
We have like I said before, we have our seniors issue coming out next week, and I also spoke to somebody at John Abbott College, a professor of physics and astronomy, and he's talking about the eclipse happening on the 8th.
Yes, that's right.
It's a big deal. It's a huge deal. And what's happening over at John Abbott College in McGill campus.
Remember when we were in like grade school, even high school, and there was eclipses, and we'd get like the afternoon off or an hour or two off or something?
Yeah.
I never understood what the excitement was about, but it gave me a chance to get off to Morty's debonair in the back room, and
Whenever I think of eclipses, I think of President Donald Trump standing on the balcony. Everybody said in the world, "Don't look at the sun. Don't look at the sun." And Donald.
Anthony,
and I will leave it at that.
As scary as the thought is, we may be in for that kind of pleasure again.
That happens. I'm moving to New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yes.
Well, it's nice in New Zealand.
It's the furthest place away from the
furthest place, and more sheep than people.
There you go.
And
I'm not sure about that.
No, that's their statistics. More sheep than people. Well, it's like PEI in Montreal, in Canada.
But some people are sheep.
And weather's nice, and people are nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, send me a postcard if you do that.
Will do.
Okay.
Take care, Beryl.
Take care, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. And we'll be right back with Mike Cohen and everything you need to know about entertainment societies. But right now, let's have a look at the roads.
This features segment of the Suburban Radio Hour was brought to you by Harina Optometrists Rockland Center. Book today at harina.ca or call 514-HARINA-1.